You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
And we are excited because we have my son RJ, and I'm just gonna say it, my daughter-in-law Lauren. You're our
Someone
daughter-in-law.
won't marry me.
Oh, I didn't. She's our daughter-in-law because she has given birth to probably the best gift anyone can give us, Fenn, who I'm going to tell the story real quick because Lauren made me laugh. We were putting Fenn to sleep as they went out, and we thought we had him because you'd called it. As soon as he had the bottle, he was out, right? He's going out. So but we had to put that sleeper thing on him.
Yeah, the sleep sack, yeah.
And so he's out now, right? I mean, his arms are flailing. So we put it on, and she said, "Let's give me a couple minutes." I went downstairs. I come back up, and she put him in bed. He's wide awake. Mm-hmm. And then Lauren, of course, says, "You've been bamboozled," because he does it a lot.
Yeah.
He does it to you all the time?
Yeah.
I watched it on the monitor. I see RJ put him down. I see little eyes ping open on the monitor. I'm just like, haha, better you than me.
He has a habit of, I'll rock him to sleep in the chair, but he likes to sit kind of like you are in the chair, like on your arm there. So you can't really see his face, right, because it's kind of dark. And so you rock him to sleep, and sometimes I fall asleep too. And then you pick him up, and you go to put him in the crib, and as soon as he hits the crib, it's all in the legs. If the legs go up, it's a bamboozle.
And his butt went
It's a
up.
bamboozle.
Yeah. If they don't, you're okay. That's how I figured it out. So like, but I swear, I don't think in the moment he's doing it on purpose.
Right.
I think he hits the crib, realizes he's in the crib. He's like, I don't want to be in the crib. So he rolls over and smiles at you real quick before you can leave the room, and you're just caught then.
Well, I went up just to see what she was up to, and he's turned around looking at me and smiling. I'm like, well,
When you came in,
Lauren
he
was
was
right.
like
We've been
more
bamboozled.
into Grandpa than anything else.
Oh, yeah.
He's my buddy, no doubt about it. Okay, so we've been talking to Beth, Terry's mom, Beth. We talked to you. We're going to talk to my mom, and now we get to talk to a brand new mom. But before we get to that, I want to talk a little bit about you, Lauren, because we talked to RJ a little bit. Now, you were born here in Pittsburgh, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and you're the youngest of four.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about your mom, something maybe you remember as you were little that your mom did with you guys. It was a special moment for you. And then we'll talk about something that maybe a characteristic of your mom that you really admire. Is there anything that you remember? Does she do anything like about special trips or cooking or something like traditions?
I mean, like, I know we always were busy. Like, it was something so simple as even just going to the mall, walking around, getting those churro sticks. You know, I looked forward to those. Yeah. And it was like we did that every weekend. And it was always a blast.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I loved it.
That is really cool. Is there something that your mom, that you admired about your mom that you'd like to, take with, that you've brought with you?
Bring to your family.
For Fenn? I mean, is there something that...
I'm just hoping I'm as strong as she is, because how she raised 4 kids alone. I have help with 1, and I'm like, how'd you do it with 4 by yourself?
Yeah.
When I'm just like, I feel like I can barely do it with help.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I hope I have her strength and like her backbone. And
definitely pretty special. No doubt about it. RJ, what do you remember about your mom, who happens to be sitting right here? Something that maybe she did with you guys.
Well, I mean, swimming was always a big thing for us, especially like beaches and like when we did the. Well, I mean, maybe that's why it was important to me, is because I love swimming. So that's the one thing that I can remember, is that we always did together. Is any chance that we got, we always went swimming. Mom always took us on all the roller coasters. That was Mom's job.
I wasn't a big roller coaster guy.
And so like
I've become better at it, but not great.
Well, I mean, as I've gotten older, I've gotten worse at it. But yeah, I mean, when we went to all the amusement parks, it was me and Mom rode all of them. Like Nathan didn't really go either. It was me and Mom.
I think you were the one that was the tallest and wanted to do it first.
Well, yeah, but like we went.
And then as Nathan got bigger, he did do more of them. But
I don't remember him being on a lot of them with us.
Really?
So, yeah, was kind of like
We
our
needed-
thing.
I just
needed
remember
another
Bush.
person, and
I
I wasn't
remember
very
Bush
good at it.
Gardens. I remember
We
Bush
wrote everything in
Gardens.
Busch Gardens,
Yeah,
yeah.
but Tiffany was with us, so there was a four of us.
Oh, that's right.
The four of us, and we could switch. We switched who we went with, and there was the four of us, so we could all get on all the time and sit with someone you knew, which was nice.
Yeah, it was a really fun trip. I'm trying to think of some other things that we did, maybe more like day-to-day stuff. I remember both of you having to come down and wake us up like 7 times in the morning to go to school, because I would just ignore you and Nathan would hide. So I don't know, that it's cute now. It wasn't cute then, I'm sure, but
I remember threatening to take Nathan to school in his pajamas.
I mean, he
And
always
back
wore
then-
shorts anyway. So I
Yeah,
guess
well,
it didn't
but
really-
back then that was like, oh, and I said everyone will tease you if you come in your pajamas, and that worked. Nowadays, the kids
They
wear
just
their
do it anyway,
they wear their
yeah.
pajamas to school. They don't even care. They don't even care if they match. They'll have green and blue striped PJ bottoms with a pink shirt, and they just come to
Doesn't-
school. Yeah,
for like if you want to talk like food or something like that, like I think there's a bunch of different things that you made, but things that I miss now that I haven't had in a long time, definitely the cabbage stew.
Really?
Yeah, which I hated growing up, but now I miss it a lot.
Do you like cabbage? No.
He had me make it one time, and
Okay.
I just
And
ruined it.
Oh, do you mind it if you had? I mean, if someone made it, you'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I'd eat it.
I'm sure you can make
Yeah.
it.
most of the stuff that you used to make, I make now, so it's not really the same. But the cabbage stew I haven't done, and I don't remember the ham and broccoli bake.
ooh,
Well, we haven't had that in a
we
long
haven't
time.
had that in
Yeah.
a while, have
And-
we?
No, we haven't.
I remember being a kid and hating them both, and now I miss them terribly. And
You hated that broccoli
I hated
bake?
the ham and
The
broccoli bake.
Oh, I used to do
Now
it
you
like a
miss
pizza.
it.
And now I miss it. And now,
I used to do it like a pizza, and then I used to do it the crescent rolls and roll it. But the cabbage stew, which actually your mom calls it cabbage stew, but my mom always called it boiled dinner, and that's something I brought in from my mom. She cooked for us boiled dinner, especially after a holiday. If you had ham, she cooked the ham bone down, and then put the potatoes and carrots and cabbage in it, and boiled it down. And
Do you have a favorite meal that your mom made? Because I always see food. I mean, they make some amazing food.
She spends days making cookies and stuff.
Oh, the cookies.
and
Yeah, the
soup.
sugar
What is
cookies. And
Vignette and
the
Scapels.
yeah.
That is my favorite. My mom is the
It takes her
last
days
person
to
in our
make it,
family
though.
to know how to make it, and I need to learn how to make it.
oh, so it's been passed down,
Yeah.
and she's okay.
Yeah, so yeah, she's the last living person to get the soup, and I need the rice, but there's no recipe for it.
It's a very
all in
heavy
here?
soup.
It's pretty much
Heavy.
like a crepe
Yeah.
based
Yeah, it's
soup.
like-
So like it's a feel. There's no recipe. You just gotta make sure it's thin enough to roll, not thick enough so it doesn't break, and
it takes her
Really?
a long time to
all
make
day
it
long
too.
to
Yeah.
make it.
Also, it's a oh
Well, I mean, she makes everything by hand, so
yeah.
And
I mean, I
it's
see
chicken
that.
soup. Mhm.
On their, I mean, just the food because you're Italian, so I mean, you've just fit right in, with the
I
Italian.
know, right?
And the food is just because I remember my grandmothers going to my grandmothers, your great grandmothers, and they would make the homemade noodles. Do you remember the homemade noodles?
Yes, I remember the homemade pasta.
Oh my
My
gosh!
first Thanksgiving with his family, they had raviolis and spaghetti.
Oh, there was
and
spaghetti in the middle of the
smelts
table.
and some other kind of fishes. And then they had this wee little turkey on the end, and I think it was just for me. And
Very small.
was it Diane was there?
I think
Or
so.
Marion. It was one of the other
think it was
cousins had a
Diane.
girlfriend, and that was our first.
case
And they
you
made the
didn't eat.
little turkey just for us.
I warned
think.
her it's going to be spaghetti. It wasn't going to be.
Yeah,
I warned her there. Yeah.
and the raviolis were pretty big, and he could eat a whole bowl of them. I ate 2 of them, and I felt like they were lead in my stomach.
That
I was
explains a
like,
lot. You know what I mean?
well,
Yeah,
Explains a
he
lot.
could put them away, and
We're pre-stretched. We
Yeah.
we just came from dinner, so
There is a question that I wanted to ask you guys that we talked about in another episode. It was a question about, and you guys, when you were dating, I wondered, when I saw this question, I wondered if you guys had discussed it. It talked about when in a dating situation or early relationship, do you talk about whether you do or you don't want to have kids. And I wondered if you guys had ever had that discussion before, or because Terry and I talked about it, we never really talked about it early on. We just it never was brought up.
Like recently.
We did talk about it several times over. I mean, we've been dating a long time, but we did bring it up a couple of times, and you kept flip flopping back and forth. You don't remember this? So like when we first started dating, you were like, "I might want kids," and then a couple of years
I
went
never said I
by,
might want kids.
and you were like, "I definitely don't want."
It was always I don't want kids.
Yeah.
I don't want kids.
Because I want to ask that. I was going to ask you that question because I remember when Fen was born, but I remember you saying to me and you went through a lot. And let's start there because let's go back. So you decide. Well, I don't know if you decided, but you're having a baby. But you had said then that I don't know why I didn't want to have kids. And that's okay. I mean, you that's the choice that people make. It's okay. It's not a big deal. But I wanted now that you are a mom, what was the change? What kind of thought, man, what was I thinking? But it's not that it was bad thinking. It's not wrong.
Well, the way I think of it is that I was right. I didn't want kids. I wanted that kid. I wanted Fen. That's my thinking of it now.
Okay.
I didn't want any kid.
Yeah.
I wanted my Fen.
Wanted your Fen. Exactly.
So I was right. I didn't want kids.
Yeah.
I just wanted Fen.
Now that you are a mom, is there something now? I don't know if you've thought about it, but is it what you expected? Is it harder than you expected?
I know. I feel like I cheated. He's so easy.
Yes.
People are like, it's so hard. And I'm like, where? He has his moments, but like.
He's pretty easygoing.
Other than that, yeah, he's happy.
Yeah.
He's self-sufficient. Stick him on the floor. He's happy.
Oh,
Unless you're Titus, he's easygoing.
Yeah,
He
I
likes
don't
to
know
torment
why-
the dog.
I don't
He
know-
likes
Poor
to
Titus.
torment that dog.
I don't know what the dog
And
did
he
to him.
laughs.
At
He
some point, and
laughs
was
when he
just
knows
like-
he's going to torment him. He laughs.
he
It's
sits over there
hilarious.
now, and Titus. For those of you that Titus has a special place in the fireplace. It's just
Tile.
what would you? It's just tiled.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
not-
a closed fireplace that's been tiled off, but
Yeah.
it still has like the area where you would put the log.
Right.
It's all tile and it's all closed off.
And he likes to sit
and,
there.
And so Titus is a corgi, right? And he fits perfectly in
He
that
does.
space. And it's cold, so it feels good on his stomach. And especially in the summer, we never crate trained him, so it's almost like a crate for him. It's like his safe spot.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, Fen can crawl now, and for whatever reason, he hates that dog, or he loves that dog. I don't know. It's hard to
I
tell.
think he loves the
He
dog.
loves the
And
dog.
so every time that
Loves to
Titus
torment.
goes to his safe space, Fen immediately chases him out of it. And, like the dog gets
he
no
laughs.
peace.
He giggles.
He knows what he's
As
doing.
soon as
Yeah.
he sees him go there, he giggles and then he starts crawling right towards him.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, and now he's starting to pull himself up too, right? So Titus used to just run and jump on the couch, and he's like, "Okay, I'm safe from the little squawk box that terrorizes me." And now Fen will crawl over to the couch and pull himself up and
Yeah.
start pulling his fur, grabbing his paws. And so I don't know if he did it while you guys were here. The one barricade next to the couch where the TV is, Titus will go along the side of the couch and just jump over it
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
get away from
Yes.
him.
Yeah, he's done that.
Yeah.
Can't get back.
He cannot get
No.
back,
But he can
it's,
get over
It's like that
it. Yeah.
desperate. I can't take it anymore.
Right.
Got to get away from this child.
Yeah.
Escape.
Yeah. It's funny. And now he sits over. Fen will sit over there.
Oh yeah, like it's like
And torment
like
Titus.
a champion. Yeah,
Yeah.
like he won, and now he gets to sit there and be in the space. And there's nothing in there for a baby. Like there's no reason
No.
a baby would ever want to be in there. The one night we were watching him, he did the same thing. He chased him out, and then he's just kind of sitting in there looking around because like, what do you do now? And then I don't remember why, but he got on his hands and knees like he was going to crawl away. And he turned and ran right into the wall.
Yeah.
Remember this?
Damn. It's my
I don't
child.
know if like it's like it's
That's
red
fine.
tile
Yes,
in there, and
yeah.
I mean, if the lights hit it right, I guess maybe it looks like a reflection or something. I don't know. He turned and ran right into it.
He is. I mean, he's just. He's an answer to prayer for me. He really is. I remember when that Christmas Eve, when RJ we were in church and RJ gave us that text, and he said, "Hey, can we meet you at the house? And I'm thinking, why would they want to meet us at the house? I had an idea. I had a feeling, but I was like, you know. And then when she gave us that gift and it said, you know, a little ornament that said, you're going to be grandparents, man, and then to go through
What you went through.
what you went through. Let's talk about that a little bit because, you know, he was premature.
Mm-hmm.
You guys spent
3 days.
53.
I knew she'd know exactly.
And yeah.
53. Yep.
And you know, and no one would want to raise a child in the conditions that you had to raise a child. You're not the only one. There's lots of people that did it with COVID, obviously running rampant. I mean, it's kind of a nightmare scenario, really, when you think about it. Bringing a preemie and this in a pandemic, you know, and God bless you for, you know, doing what you had to do. So the baby's born May 30th. His birthday's coming up, a year already.
It's crazy.
Take us through a little bit about that. I mean, just because I could tell you guys got to a point where it's like, we just got to get home, you know. But he was, even in there, he was amazing. Mm-hmm. He really was. He was, with all the things connected to him, he just was easy going. Mm-hmm. And he progressed.
Yeah, he never, ever had any, like, downfall. Just his first day of life, I guess you could say, is the only bad thing that happened because he was fevering overnight and it wasn't going away. And they had to do that spinal tap on him to make sure it wasn't meningitis. And that was the only negative thing that happened because everything else was just, you know, 5 days later, he was off a CPAP machine, you know, breathing fine on oxygen. And
just,
yeah.
You know.
Well, I think it was 7 days later. I busted out my NICU journal.
Did you? Just because you were taking notes.
To torture myself.
Yeah,
so I went through every day, like. But then I'm like, wait a minute, nothing bad happened. It was always good. Like, Fen did this, Fen did that. Fen's temperature was fine, you know.
And the day that you guys, when you FaceTimed us, and said, "How'd you like to see your grandson?" Oh my gosh, you know that was just awesome.
Surprise you, but RJ.
Well, I didn't. How was I going to lead them through? Like Polish Hill. Like I'm pretty sure they had caught on.
Yeah, that's true. I had no idea.
Yeah, well,
I was gonna be like, hey, you want to go to dinner?
Yeah, you want to go to dinner across town from
that would have been cool.
Near our house. Like I just
that would have been cool though. But that was good too, just to have that.
I don't know if Ron would have done it.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Well, if he's driving, I'll do it.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'll come to here.
Yeah, but like I drove to the Lemieux Center, but you know.
Yeah.
If we wouldn't have known that I was driving there, he might have. He drove me nuts a couple times just coming and going from the Lemieux Center. Do you know he made me go all the way down Liberty Avenue and get the Parkway on the other side just so I wouldn't have to cross over the traffic on the bridge?
I understand that. Crossing
just
can
drives
be a little
me nuts.
intense.
It drives him nuts. And I'm like, but it's so much quicker.
It
and he's
is.
like,
I
but you
didn't
get
do
to
the
that
other
point
day.
and you have to cut someone off or they're cutting you off. And I'm like, you just get your nose out there and you just do it. And it
cut off or be cut off.
Yeah, right. And I said, I will inch out and I'll let him go and then I'll inch out and they'll let me go. And then, that's how it works.
I mean, I'm with you though, because there's times, you can't trust other people to play by the rules.
No,
I know.
No.
And the other day we had to go get her car and it was like close to rush hour, but not quite. And I had to get back to go to work. And so I, we were coming through the tunnel. I saw the other side was like packed. I just didn't risk it. I just went through south side because I didn't want to risk it.
I wonder
where you went. So I got home within like 10 minutes because, I'm the D-bag driving. I live in Pittsburgh. You got to drive to Pittsburgh. So I got home like 10 minutes.
You do not.
I was like, look at traffic. Go up to the front, get in.
Yeah.
I'm driving my beater, so I don't care. Hit me. I dare you. Please.
Yeah, well, that thing's a beast. That thing's a beast.
Oh, it's in my mom's car.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Well, she's a big car, so it's like intimidating. So, you got to move out of my way.
There is something I want to ask you because a week before, I think it was a week or two before, we gave you the Christmas Eve gift. Do you remember the phone call that we had? It was a Saturday. It's like 2 weeks before Christmas Eve. And you called me and you were like, listen, I just really want a grandkid. And I'm thinking in my head,
Oh, I felt so bad.
who told him?
No.
Who I thought you knew.
No,
And I was trying to play it so cool.
You know what?
And I'm like in my head, yeah, at that point we knew. And I was like, I'm in my head just like, who told him? I got to figure out who told him.
You know, that is interesting because, and I felt horrible. I don't even know why that started that way. I don't know why that came up like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready. And I don't know why.
He's been ready for years.
Yeah, but I don't know why. And I felt so horrible after that because it's not fair for me to say to you, I want to, listen, your life, right? You have to be, I want you to be happy. That's the number one thing for me is that you two are happy. And after I said all that, I felt so bad. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
That's why I thought you knew. Is because it was like kind of out of character. And I was like, somebody had to tell him. And so I went to her and I was like, did you tell your somebody on your side of the family?
No,
and did they talk through Facebook or something? Because he knows. He absolutely knows.
I did not know.
I was convinced that you knew.
No, I had no clue. I don't know why that came up.
Maybe you did, subconsciously knew.
And I don't know why you'd have that conversation with him because Nathan and Lexus have been married for 10 years. So why wouldn't you
There was
say,
just something about, you know what it was?
years,
I just think there's something, I mean,
years.
I don't know why. I don't know why I attacked him with it.
You knew.
Well, because I'm the oldest, right? I guess.
Maybe I
grandpap spidey sense.
Maybe there's a spidey sense.
Something ignited in you.
Maybe
You're
that's
like,
what it
wait, I have
was.
a pap.
I swear,
That is-
I thought that somebody spilled the beans, and you already knew, and you ruined the surprise.
No, I had no idea whatsoever.
Because I think at that point it was only your mom that knew.
Because I remember him saying to you in the summer in the pool one time that he would like to be a grandpap, and you said, "Well, I'm not against that."
No,
And-
I've
and
never been
you had
against it.
said-
I just, things had to fall into place.
You from the beginning thought you'd like to have children, but never pressured her. But you would just talk about it, and Lauren was like, that's just not what I want to do.
Like I said, she was kind of wishy-washy, and so I never wanted to push it. Because there were definitely times where you're like, I never want kids, period. There were times like that. And then there were like 3 months later, the conversation or a year or however long it was would come up again. And you'd be like, I don't know. I was like, well, that's.
Well, no, I would flip back and forth of not wanting to just letting whatever happen.
Yeah.
That was kind of like my feeling on it. And
Now, is that because of your family and things that have gone in your family, or you just want your independence?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you have what you want to do, what you want to succeed in life. You have your own goals, and and that's fine. I think that's. I mean, I wondered, was after Monroe was born, did that change a little bit for you, or did it not really?
No, not really.
Well, no, because she had her niece and nephew before that.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
So I don't know what the turning point was.
But you were trying though, I guess.
Very shortly, because it happened pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, 2 months actually. It was 2 months. We had just decided to just stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then 2 months later,
she was having, I don't want to say health problems, but like the birth control was bothering her for a long time. And so, we talked about it, and I was like, why don't you just not take it anymore? It's fine. And
I was off that for years before Fun.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Like 3 years before Fun, and just like natural.
Yeah.
Birth
Yeah.
control,
Right.
I guess you could say,
Yeah.
Worked for 3 years.
Yeah. And then it just.
Isn't that funny how it, and then you said, well, it's okay. We'll give it a shot. And then
It just happened.
Yeah. So I was like, we'll just stopping it.
can you imagine your life without him?
Oh, no.
I mean, she can't even be away from him for 10 minutes.
I know.
I watched
Right
him,
now.
was it last Saturday? When you weren't here all day? Was it last Saturday? And she was like, why aren't you sending me pictures of my child? And I'm pretty sure she wasn't even like a half hour down the road yet.
I should have. They did a survey of what moms would like for Mother's Day. And I'll ask you guys and see what there was a list of things. I'll see which one you think is number one. So that on this list, there was not cooking a meal. So someone cook a meal for them. There was a card or a gift card was on this list. Taking a nap. What was the other one? Flowers. I think there was one more. I can't remember.
Is it chocolate or candy?
I think so. Which do you think was number one of all the states? They did it with people, with mothers that had children. What do you think would have been the number one out of all those?
Taking a nap.
I would say the nap or the cooking.
Number one was nap.
The nap.
Was number one. Number two was the cooking. You know, have a meal cooked. And I thought, and then they also talked about, would you like how many days would you like to be, just like one day away from maybe your children, just to have a day like for yourself. And I was kind of surprised that it was like 66% had just said one day.
Just one.
They could do one day once a month. And then it went from there. Like 12% was like maybe every 3 months or like one day just to get, because sometimes you do need to get a little bit of, to get
me time.
rejuvenated. Yeah, rejuvenated.
Yeah, a little bit of it's just funny because even when she's away, she wants to know what he's doing and how he is and where's my pictures and did he eat today? She's she's on a hike in the woods, right, wondering if he ate.
And I was like, I have signal. Well, let me text RJ.
Did he take his nap yet? I'm just like, enjoy your hike. I got it. I promise I will document everything. And when you come home, I'll tell you all about it. But enjoy your time.
Well, you kicked into mother mode right now, Lauren. You really did.
Oh, I'm a lioness. He's my little cub.
And he knows his mama because he says mama a lot.
Mom.
He's with me is dad.
Well, we're close to getting papa.
Yeah, he's going.
He's making these P sounds.
Yeah,
we're getting close.
Oh, sometimes in the middle of the day, he'll say what I thought was Baba, but maybe it isn't. Maybe he's trying to say the P and it's coming out.
I hear Baba. It's a B. But da Baba.
Yeah, well, he's just demanding. He's telling me it's nighttime. I know the routine. Dad changes me. Dad goes and gets the bottle. Dad puts me to bed. That's what he's saying right there.
Let's go.
Oh man, he's just he's the love of our life. That's for sure. Yeah, he is a ham. He just it's all the progress. He was born with 3.5 ounces. 3 pounds, 5 ounces. And just this, and now he's, what is he, 24
pounds?
Oh my goodness. His nutritionist comes on Monday, so I'm curious to see what he weighs.
Okay.
It was 24 pounds last month.
He might be a little bit more.
Yeah.
No, you know what?
It's usually a pound a month. That seems to be his.
I noticed a little different in him because the way he's moving around so much, he's really working.
Oh, he was super hyper today too.
He was all over this floor today, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. And then I didn't notice until he's starting to pull himself up, especially where the farm is and the bell. Oh, yeah. You talk about the bell. He loves that bell.
As soon as somebody rings it, even if it's an accident, I try not to even sit on that side of the couch anymore if it's over there. Because if you accidentally hit that bell, the next 27 minutes, that's all you're going to hear is that bell. He's just going to go over there and ring it relentlessly.
He loves that bell. And he seemed like more and more he's really wanting to pull himself up. Because he did it on that the walker thing. Yeah, he's doing it a lot now. So because you wanted to, we got a bottle ready for him because it was 10 after 7, and so we're thinking, do you want the bottle? He's got like his third, fourth wind.
Yeah. Well, he was tucking his fingers. He was tucking his fingers. So I thought, okay, he's ready for the bottle. I don't want him to fall asleep and not have his bottle. So I got it. Then he did fall asleep. I didn't think he was going to finish the bottle.
But he didn't. But he climbed up on that thing. He was scratching the coffee table there.
He thinks
he scratches it, and then as soon as she showed him the bottle,
he started crying.
He was like, yeah, he started.
He wanted the bottle. He wanted it now.
Yeah.
In the morning, our routine is she gets up and gets him when he wakes up, and then they both come and wake me up. She usually, puts him on the bed, and then he crawls all over me until I get up. And then she goes and pumps. And so I take him downstairs and we start watching cartoons. and 20, 30 minutes, however long it takes her to pump. As soon as she comes down the stairs, he knows that she has the milk. And so he immediately starts crying as soon as, because she has to come in here and put in a bottle and warm it up and everything. Because he sees it, he knows that she has it, so he thinks that she's just being mean, I guess, and coming in here for 20 minutes to get it ready. Is what she's doing, but he thinks like she's just being mean and keeping it from her for like 15, 20 minutes. So like so it's funny. It's the same thing every morning too. He'll be sitting he's always right around when she's coming out, right in here between the fan and like where all the dog toys are and his toys. And the gate. Oh, that sounded like the doorbell. It's a TV.
It's a TV, yeah.
He's always right there. Like it's like clockwork. And he knows. I don't know if like he hears the pump turn off or what, but he goes and sits right there. He sits up and he waits for her to like step over him to get to the kitchen, and then just starts bawling his eyes out every single morning.
Stop me. Like, no, I want
just give it to me now. Like,
was it bottle time or is it?
No, it is. It's bottle time.
Oh, it is bottle time. Not feed. It's not feeding time at that point.
Yeah, we do bottle first and then breakfast like an hour and a half or so after. But I think we're gonna try switching it up this week. But yeah, every single morning, like he just.
Well, you guys
posts up there, and he knows it's coming.
Have done an amazing job. I mean, through all the stuff that you went through, all the hospital, getting him home, and then again, trying to raise a child in the middle of you have all these people that want to see him, and we have a big family. We do, and both families, big. I mean, for the most part, there's a lot. There's people, and he is special, and to be able to be in that situation, everybody has to understand what we're going through or what we were going through. I think we're through it, but who knows? I hope it changes all the time. So who knows? I have a friend of mine that I was with Friday. He's got 4 shots, and he's got COVID. And I'm like, I don't get it. And he doesn't have it. He had it pretty bad.
Yeah, he run in a high fever.
I'm like, I don't get it. But anyway, that's
scratchy throat.
It's just like, man, can't we just move on from all this, so we can all just live a normal life? But it is what it is. But
well, the other thing too, and I think I talked about this a little bit the last time I was on, but like the hospital, right? The day he was born was not, I think, what we had imagined when we found out that we were pregnant. You'd like. I think I said this last time, you think about like the movies, right? And everybody bursts in and congratulates you.
You got the bag.
And I guess in my head, I guess I always thought, especially like the 80s movies where like they come and smoking the cigars and all the balloons. And I guess in my head, I always thought it was going to at least be something like that because,
that's how it was for you.
That's exactly.
And the hospitals were in lockdown and you had no one there.
And so we're in the dark and they were like, you can let one person in. And so, her mom
absolutely.
came in.
Absolutely.
But it just was not what I had imagined it to be.
Yeah, when you were born, there was how many people in the waiting room? There were 2 waiting rooms full
there was
waiting
great-grandparents.
Yeah.
All the great-grandparents.
Great-grandparents in the waiting room.
I think Ralph and Martin were away at National Guard, and they both got back into town before you were born when they knew I went into labor in the middle of the night. I didn't have you till 1 o'clock, but they got here before you did.
What was the story? Because I wanted her side of the story because you were talking about the tacos.
Oh, right.
The tacos.
Because she wanted tacos, right?
Tacos.
And at this point you were in the hospital because they were hoping that you could go another couple weeks.
What was it, like 14 or 15 days at that point?
I think so, right?
10 days.
No, 10 days.
10 days later.
10 days.
From being
in
the hospital.
Yeah, then my water broke. 10 days later, stupid tacos. Okay.
We were like things that the 2 days before that, you had been in a little bit of pain, but for the most part, like we had no problems. We had kind of gotten into a routine. It looked like we were going to make it at least a month. And then I can't remember what you said to me. But you're like, I can't eat this cafeteria food. Can we please just get something else? And I was like, absolutely. Of course we can get something else.
Yeah.
And we found that taco place. And neither of us had eaten at this place, and but you got like a box of tacos, right? And you could pick like two. They had like 10 flavors or whatever, and you picked 2. So we each got one. Do you remember how many tacos came in the box? Was it
4?
8? Was it 8 then? that we
Yeah,
got?
8 total. Yeah.
So
there's 8 tacos.
Yeah, so we get 8 tacos from.
Are they all the same?
No, my 4 were different and her 4 were different. So we were like
Yeah, we
swapping.
swapped.
Okay.
And
What taco did me in? I don't know.
I would probably remember the name if I saw it.
Spicy one.
But it was one of hers that she ordered,
It was hot.
and she gave me one. Like we traded the
Okay.
2 types that we had, and I ate it before she did, and I was like, "This is kind of hot." And I remember, and I'm not a big spicy
you already
eater.
eating it at this point?
Yeah, she had already started down. But I remember thinking in my head, like, I don't think she should eat this. And I don't remember why, because I didn't know about the old wives' tale about apparently spicy food sends you into labor. Like, I didn't know that.
I didn't. That's news to me too.
What was the other one? Eggplant, apparently, can put you into labor or
Is
something.
it eggplant?
Yeah, I think it's eggplant.
I just know spicy food.
Spicy food, eggplant, there's another thing.
Bouncing
that
up and down on a
wild
exercise
bouncy
ball.
ball,
I
yeah.
don't know. My
Well, yeah,
mom went
that-
on a motorcycle ride trying to get herself to go.
Didn't we
into
walk
labor.
the mall or something with you?
We walked the mall with
For
for
Nathan. No, Zachary.
Zachary because
Zachary.
they told me to get my Christmas shopping done because they were going to take
That's
him.
right, 'cause it
They
was
were going to
just
take him
December.
if I
That's
didn't
right.
go in
Yeah, that's right.
because
But
yeah.
You knew you wanted tacos. Tacos was your thing.
It sounded good because like
sounded-
my entire pregnancy, I had no appetite. So when something sounded good, I wanted it.
you wanted. Well, I think I saw somewhere you did a thing on Facebook where you put one of the things was something you liked to eat was Blizzard, Dairy Queen Blizzard.
Oh, yeah, towards the end, I wanted Blizzard because I never had cravings.
yeah.
And then at the end, I wanted a Blizzard. And every time I wanted it, Dairy Queen was closed already.
So we would,
The
yeah.
clock was like 10 o'clock at night. Like, man, I want a Blizzard, but they're closed.
That was, yeah. So,
was there a certain kind of Blizzard? Didn't matter.
No.
Okay.
So I
of
can
it.
I can explain this because this is definitely my fault, I guess. But she really didn't have any cravings during her pregnancy.
No
but
pickles.
every
Nothing.
single time we would sit down and watch TV, the stupid Dairy Queen ad would come on.
That's what
And
it was, yeah. And I'm like, man.
the ad would come on and it would show them like stirring the Blizzard or whatever. And she would turn to me and be like, I want a Blizzard. And then I'd look at the clock and I'm like, it's 10 o'clock at night. I can't get you a Blizzard.
Make
And,
me one.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
go back.
so-
Open up.
So, but then,
Knock on the door. Pregnant woman need Blizzard.
it was funny because then I'd be like, all right, well, we'll get one tomorrow. And then we would just forget.
Yeah.
And then until
9:30
like
morning.
9:30, 10 o'clock. That stupid, I swear they had us targeted or something.
They
'cause, like,
must have.
as soon as we turned, it didn't matter what channel we were watching.
Yeah.
That Dairy Queen Blizzard ad would come on and I would look at the clock and be like, well, I'm screwed.
Well, it's funny because your whole day you went through and you didn't really have the craving until that commercial comes on.
It's
And then I
just that
wanted it,
commercial.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
why.
you eat the tacos,
Oh, right.
and did you know right away like, oh, this might be no?
No. I mean, it did happen quick because RJ had just left.
I went to go take
And-
a shower.
Yeah, he
Okay.
wanted to go home, take a shower,
Okay.
get his clothes, take
Yeah.
care of Titus, do all those things. I was
Right.
like, yeah. I was like, you have time.
Okay,
And it honestly felt like I had to go to the bathroom. But
it was.
turned out it was a good
It was.
distraction.
Yeah, I'll be darned.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, it went away. And then, I don't know, I think 10, 15 minutes later, I'd feel it again. And I'm like, this isn't like bathroom cramps at all. And then I'd page my nurse. And I go to bathroom again. I was like, and then sure enough, it's like, a little bit of blood. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay. My nurse had just signed on that night too. I think like it was actually 7:16 is actually when I felt my first contraction, and she started
In the
at 7 at night.
Oh, at night.
Yeah,
oh,
at night 7:16.
the night
yeah, I
before.
felt
Okay,
my
okay.
first, she was on her shift for 16 minutes, and I paged her, and I was like, I'm sorry, I think I'm having contractions.
So she calls you.
Yeah, I was in the car on
I
the
was
way
like,
back.
you need to get back here.
She's like, I'm in labor. She goes, I think I'm in labor. You need to get back here right now. And I
Like, turn around.
I was already in the tunnel, so it was like 5 minutes away.
Back up.
But, yeah,
That's and didn't you say
it was. It all
hold on to
happened
those
very
tacos?
quickly.
I'm going to come back to those.
Oh yeah, I wanted those tacos.
She's getting pushed
That's all
to
I
the
cared
delivery
about. I was
room.
like, get the taco.
Yeah, she's getting pushed to the delivery room. She turns because there's like a communal area where we were staying at the hospital that you could put food in. And we had our name on the taco box or whatever. But I honestly, I didn't get to grab anything before, we took her down to the delivery room. And she turns and she looks at me. She's like, "You better go get the tacos."
Tacos. I don't care about my clothes.
Just get the tacos. I can buy clothes.
I never want that after I pop this baby out.
She did.
Favorite
I think
tacos.
breakfast the next morning she ate the tacos.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Tacos.
that is a true story. She did. I did go back and get the tacos.
It is
She was
true,
in
though. You're
labor
hungry
forever.
after all that.
I was hungry, yeah.
I remember
finally
I
hungry.
missed the lunch tray with him, and I made him go to Burger King. I want a burger. I want something big. I want it now.
You don't notice any changes like in food you liked, maybe you didn't like that you do like now, or is it
Vice
not the
versa.
same?
Handle spicy food anymore.
No, really, no spicy
She used to
food.
eat really hot food town.
Now
and she
Frank's
can't
hot
eat it all.
sauce is so spicy to me, and it makes me sad. I'm like, I used to drink this stuff with a straw.
No, yeah. I mean, she used to get
Wow,
Yeah, I can't do
how it
spicy
changes
food. It makes me
your
sad.
body.
Of all the things, Fan, you take something I enjoy the most.
He took away the spicy stuff.
I
Can't
like
do it.
habaneros and ghost peppers and
Well, we're not going to go much longer because we're babysitting, and they need their sleep because we just said, what do you want for Mother's Day? You probably need a nap
I know all I ask for is I want to sleep in.
for Mother's Day.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
You get up with him, I'll pump when I wake up. Just
Yeah.
don't wake me.
Yeah, let her sleep a little bit longer.
I mean,
for
her,
Mother's Day.
her sleeping a little bit longer is 7 a.m.
7, yeah.
so-
Yeah, that's how we are.
Well,
too.
I mean,
we're
that's
up.
if we
same way.
sleep till 6:37, we slept in.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
And
But
the neighbors
hopefully-
don't get out of bed until 10 o'clock because they're retired. And
Yeah.
yeah.
But hopefully we can do this again, and we'll talk about different things. But I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to you. And thank you for the greatest gift you could give everyone. Thank you, RJ, for coming
yeah,
on.
No problem.
And to all of you that are out there, thanks for listening. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter, Just Talking Out Loud. And also you can subscribe and make sure you get all the updates because this will be out during the week because we're going to continue celebrating Mother's Day. Mother's Day should be every day. Right, Lauren? What do you think?
It is every day.
It's every day. Should
I
be
just
every
don't
day now.
appreciate it. The other 364 days.
Yes.
Terry.
So thank you too for staying up and letting us do this because it's a lot of fun. And we'll do this again. And thanks for listening. So you want to start a podcast? Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world. Or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.